Hello, everybody. Welcome to lesson 6. My name is Ray or Rachel, and I am one of the pro ambassadors for this awesome brand for the Uncolored Project, and I really just love getting behind such an awesome teaching. So real quick, just about me, I'm an interior decorator at my small business called Ray Elizabeth Design. And I'm also a home decorating blogger over at rayelizabethdesign.com. And actually my blog is called Ray Elizabeth's House. And basically I love just teaching other women just how to really pour into themselves, specifically with their homes. And if you're a beginner decorator and you really want to have that self-love even more, like we've been talking about, then I would love to help you do those things by getting you set up with a home that really functions well for you and one that you just love being at. So, what I really want to talk about today is in this lesson 6, I really want to talk about your surroundings having to do and showing us ourselves in a mirror, that our surroundings can sometimes reflect our self-worth. And if that's a little confusing, that's okay. I will go into it in more detail. I'm very excited to dive into this with you. Hopefully we can have some aha moments. So your surroundings can reflect your self-worth. And diving into this, let's stop and slow down for a minute. And I know Victoria talks about this, just slowing down, and we're going to think. And that's just so important to do. So one of these things we're going to first do is a gentle reflection. And I want to ask you some questions that I want you to think about. How does your home feel to you as it is right now? So pause and think about that. How does your home feel to you as it is right now? I don't mean that as, oh my gosh, there's some mess, there's some dishes in the sink, whatever. Oh, my house isn't perfect. It doesn't look like a Pinterest pit. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But what I mean is, to you only, and to you specifically, how does your home feel right now when you're there? So I want you to be really honest in your reflection here when you think about these things. Because the second one, does it feel peaceful when you're there? Do you feel peace, or do you feel that sense of belonging, or do you feel joy, or do you have those spaces in your home that you're like, that just reflects me so well? Or I love the corner with all of my different things that I went on my adventures and or on the flip side, basically, does your home just feel like all the pressure is all on you? That your home is basically that you don't feel like it's actually really yours. And it doesn't feel like a place where that you're safety. And I'm not talking necessarily about physical safety, which is so important, but I'm talking about emotional safety. Do you feel at peace there? Again, we're not being perfect. You know what I mean? We're not nitpicking ourselves on the tiny stuff or whatever. I just want to say these things so that you're aware and that I'm aware, so that we're always just keeping the idea in mind that our home is there to serve us, and it's there to bring us joy, really, too. It shouldn't be a constant drag on you. Does it support the version of you that you want to be? Okay, I know that in past lessons, Victoria has talked about your closet and your clothes, and I think that is so important. And I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to say basically, how about your home as well? How about just your surroundings and your life in general? So not your closet, your home, just people and your surroundings in general. If you want to think about this generally, does it feel like peace? Are you feeling peace and uplifting? Or are you feeling kind of like it's just a lot of pressure and there's a lot of negativity. So your home does not have to be Pinterest worthy. No, I'm actually fairly against that. I could go on and on about that, but what I'm really wanting, what my goal is for my clients, and what my goal is for you, is that I want your home to be, I want it to feel like a safe landing place for your soul, really. And I know that can sound really, I don't know, cliche or something, but for real though, I want you to feel that sense of belonging, and I want you to feel like you get good things out of your home, not just being drained by it. So, piggybacking off of what we talked about, your environment is a mirror. Really talking about when I first barely started this lesson, our surroundings can really reflect what we think of ourselves or what we think we deserve sometimes. And that might sound a little harsh sometimes, but I say that to empower you. I don't say that to go, oh my gosh, your house is not perfect, so you must not think that great about yourself. No, what I want is to empower you, like I said, and I want you to know that you're worthy. You are so worthy. You're so beautiful. You're so worthy, and you deserve space and a life that really pours into you. So, on that tangent, a cluttered space can really create stress. It creates guilt. And honestly, let me know if this is you too, but decision fatigue. There's in a cluttered house, there's so much going on. It is overwhelming. And you can't feel peace with that. So Victoria had talked about in previous lessons, it's just decluttering your home, your closet, your life is so important. And I think that's what makes this whole program different than all the rest, is that we really want to empower you to go ahead and declutter those areas in your home and in your life, and because you're worth that. A calm space sends the message, I am worth peace and care. So basically, you having a calm space, and just like I said, we're not being perfect here, but what I really want to send home it's with you is basically that you're worth a peaceful life, and that you care, and that you love yourself. And that's part of this self-improvement journey, is that we're really trying to improve ourselves by how we think about ourselves and how we set up our environment. And then you deserve a home that nurtures you and not a home that drains you. We talked about that. So we definitely don't want that. Something that I do over in my interior decorating business, something new I've been doing. Like I said, we are not here to be perfect. We're not going to even fix our whole home in 3 days and stress ourselves out. And this needs to be a really good experience. I want this to be, like I said, really empowering. I want this to be a really peaceful experience for you. I want this to bring you joy. So, with that being said, what I like to do is I like to tell my people, and you're one of my people, is start with one corner. So I have the one corner rule, basically. What that is there are just a couple of steps that I have that I tell people. They're really simple. They're here on the slide. And that is, number one, you absolutely have to start with clearing the clutter. Okay. Take a corner of your home, a little space in your home, and start there. Okay. Because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves by doing everything at once. If we want to change our home, change our lives, we can start small, and that's okay. Number one, we're going to take our little space and we're going to clear the clutter. That is number one. We're going to donate, we're going to throw away, whatever. Once that is clear and you've got the stress of it is away, we're going to go to number two. And when we're decorating it, add one thing that brings you joy. Don't be worrying about, oh my gosh, what are my neighbors going to think about that, or whatever. What's something that'll bring you joy? Something that you'll keep wanting to walk by that corner because you're just so dang proud of it. because it just makes you happy every time you see it. So add one thing that brings you joy. Number 3, the last one is, sounds a little corny, but make it a corner that feels like a hug, or make it someplace you want to be, or that you want to look at, or that fills that cup of yours. Okay. And it's okay to start with one little corner. All right. As long as we're realizing that we're worth it and we're making that progress. I want to talk about just the energy of your space, and it goes along with what we've been talking about, but it goes a bit further because we're going to get back and we're going to put our thinking caps back on and we're going to be like, what energy do my surroundings give off? I know that we can get stressed out and we can be like, oh my gosh, this person's coming over, or I better get cleaned up with my outfit or whatever because I don't want to look bad to the other person. And it is great. I'm going to say it's great to present yourself in a way that is loving to yourself and empowering. Absolutely. But your environment, your surroundings are the same way. What kind of energy does it give off? Busy, noisy spaces, that can really lead to a lot of overwhelming feelings, overthinking, racing thoughts, just not something that we want. Then peaceful spaces, ones that we've made our cozy corner that we absolutely love, and we've walked by it 30 times a day, that brings us calm, that brings us clarity. That actually Victoria likes to talk about a lot, and I totally agree, is that we want to clear the crap so that we can actually realize what we want and what's important to us in life. And that goes for our home and our surroundings as well. I really feel like your feminine energy really thrives in beauty, thrives in flow. So really taking a minute to stop and be in the moment, slow things down, and think of the energy that your surroundings give off. What is your life in general? Where the places you are, what energy does that give off? Big deal. Your surroundings include people. Who's taking up space in your life? This is a tough one. This is a touchy subject, but it's very true. We're talking about our homes and our closets and whatever, but that includes people. And that's a tough thing. But I know I keep saying this, but you are so worth and so important to be picky about who's in your life. Think about some things when you're thinking about the people in your life. Think about names. Who makes you feel really happy and lighter, even if you're going through something? When you talk to them or you get together or whatever, and after talking to them, you just feel lighter. Who makes you feel that way? Now, on the other hand, who leaves you kind of second guessing a lot of things, and it's just you're drained and you're feeling really negative, and those are really important things to ask yourself. It's like I said, definitely a touchy subject sometimes, and it's not an easy thing to do, but it's so worth doing, and making sure that you have people in your life who are encouraging and who love you and who want the best for you. Think about what boundaries you need to protect your peace. Boundaries are so important. Boundaries are not only okay, but they are necessary. You have to set those boundaries in your life with in your life, people that surround you. So that is necessary. Loving yourself through your space. Love yourself. So one of the ways that we can really love ourselves is through our space. It really is a loving thing to do for yourself, to make sure that you have a peaceful home, to make sure that you have uplifting people in your life. Having that space or those surroundings in general, pour love into them. That doesn't mean, like I said before, that we're going to stress out about it and try to do all the things all at once. We're not going to do that. But realize that you are worth this, and you absolutely are worthy of pouring love and care into your space, because it'll pour back into you. Honestly, your surroundings will start to feel like an act of self-respect. You know what I mean? I know we go through things and our lives, none of our lives are perfect. So I don't say this to beat up on you whatsoever, but just to remind you that you are worthy of beautiful things. And I want your home to reflect that truth. Not just your home, but your whole surroundings, your life to reflect that. And I want you to do that for yourself because you're worth that. So I want to do a little mini challenge, and that I'm going to call it your self-worth reset. So it's really hard when we basically have all these negative learned behaviors or thoughts in ourselves from childhood that just are no good for us. So really doing these mini challenges here in this retreat are so important to just reboot ourselves. For this mini challenge, I want you to choose one small area to either declutter, you can just declutter it, or if you want to do the cozy corner method that I talked about, or anything even minutely different that will bring you peace and joy just because you changed it and because you can see it. I want you to choose that area first, and then I want you to add a sticky note, and I want you to put it where you can see it. I am worthy of peace. And then number 3, the other thing I want you to do is release one thing that feels like mental clutter. So you're going to have to think about that. So I definitely want to see you guys in the group. I'll be hanging out in our group as well. And I'd love to see small areas that you guys do. Seriously, there is nothing, I don't want you to ever think like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to put that up there. No, we want to see it. We want to cheer you on. So let's do those things this week. I'm going to be doing it as well. So I keep harping on, you're worthy of peace. Self-love is not just an inner job. It shows up in the things you allow around you and in what you no longer allow. You're worthy of peace, of beauty, of breathing room. Guys, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. Again, my name is Ray. I really hope to see you guys more in the group. Please ask questions, or if you have any things that you're stuck on or whatever. I would love to help you out. So please do that. Keep the conversation going. So, all right, we will see you guys in the next lesson. Thanks.